All right. You listening or you playing?
Listen.
Okay. So first thing, set your font and all of that. You'll go to here and do Times New Roman. Now again, you can do time for MLA format. You can use Times New Roman or Arial. Not Arial black, narrow, or rounded, or Unicode. It needs to be this one right here if you decide to use Arial. But I'm just going to do Times New Roman because I prefer Times New Roman. Set it at 12. Now once you do that, you're going to go right here to paragraph. Go to spacing on your after. Make sure your after is at 0. Here, go to double. Make sure you put your after at 0 right here, because if you don't, it's going to have additional line spacing. Hit OK. Now your whole essay is already, the font and everything is already set. You start off with your heading on line 1. When you hit enter, it's going to do a regular double space. You put your first and last name, you put my name. Please spell it right, and please put the MS, not MRS. You'll put AP Lit dash 5th period. Then put the date that is due, which is April 18th. Even if you're typing it today, it needs to be the date that is due. Do a single a regular enter. Then you're gonna go to center for your title. I hear this. You are gonna come up with an original title, even if it has the title of the story in it. You must use an original title. Now, you're going to do one enter, and then go back to your margin. When you go back to your margin, make sure you use the tab key to tab over when indenting. You don't want to use the space bar. You want to use your tab key, because it will properly indent for you, and the whole essay will be lined up the correct way. Now, I used, for yesterday's example, I actually used a quote directly from the story that kind of brings everything together to kind of make you wonder what's going to happen next. And so that's how I started it off as my hook, for my hook. But you can start it off however you would like. Just remember, unless it's a question from a quote, you don't want to start this off with a question. Remember, it has to be in third person, so you don't want to say, have you ever? Because that will be definitely wrong. You have not hooked me, and you have not made me want to continue reading. So make sure you put something, that first sentence is very, very important in any essay that you write. So you typing along, that's your hook. Okay? Whatever your hook is. Now, your next part would be your summary. But when you get ready to start your summary, the best thing to do is introduce your author and the title of the story. You can do all of that in a couple of sentences. So, Alice Walker's, all of these short stories are in quotation marks. The titles need to be in quotation marks. And continue your summary.
We ain't gotta do the main thing with the number at the top of the paper.
If you do your quote. Remember, whenever you use your first quote in the story, it don't have to be in the introduction, it could be in your first body paragraph. Whenever you get ready to use your first quote, I'm gonna show y'all that in a minute. But I noticed like some people have me looking at some of their stuff. When you are referring to the author, don't refer to the author by their first name. So you don't say Alice uses, you say Walker uses, okay? Because when you do that, that's informal and you don't know that woman. So you gonna keep going, and this is your thesis statement. I'm sorry, that's Now I'm going into my first that's from the story, that's my quote. I would end it with the quotation marks to end my quote, and that came from Everyday Use in the Book, from Alice Walker, page 167. Then put my period at the end, after the quotation. Okay? That is how you do that. And then I'm furthering along. I got some more. And then I have another quote from the story.
Yeah, I was about to ask that. Does you do it after every quote?
After, since this is a primary source, now there's different types of sources. You have a primary source and secondary sources. You are only using a primary source, which is the story. Okay? So if you had other sources, this would be done, your citations would be done totally different. But because this is a single source, your primary source, after you put the Walker and the page number, any other quote, you only putting the page number like this. Okay?